Hello friends, Stephen Talbot here, and today is Monday, September the 17th, and it is my pleasure to have you here with me recording this video today. So, the first thing I wanted to do is just mention the fact, I'm going to try not to harp on this too much. You know, like when you're recording a video on your phone, there's like a little round record, at least on my phone, there's like a little round record button, and there's like a square button. So you press the round button with a circle in it to start recording, and then as soon as you do that, it changes to a circle with a square in it to signify the stop button. So, as you know, when you hit the record button, that symbol changes in milliseconds, like literally in milliseconds, right? So, before I started recording this video just now, I was in a really bad mood. And knowing in the back of my mind that this is my YouTube channel and I want to keep it positive and I want to be an inspiration and I want to keep, you know, the positive energy, just the chill energy flowing, I literally instantly changed my entire demeanor and mood just by like in like fractions of a second. Just by, I mean, I don't know, I don't want to oversimplify it, but just as quick and as easy as it is to go, that's what I did. And I've talked about this before on previous videos, and I just wanted to talk about it again because it's so important, and it's something that I'm constantly trying to keep in mind and reminding myself of. And that is that happiness is absolutely 100% a choice. It's not, and it is a state of mind. It is not a reward. It is not a status that you achieve. It's not like, you know, doing a 5K or making $100,000 or, you know, meeting some specific goal is going to just make you happy. You don't have to do any of those things. You don't even have to put any of that effort. There's no effort involved in being happy, other than as much effort as it takes to snap your fingers. Now, this is about to turn into a bitch session, which is kind of weird after what I just said, but I'm allowed to be happy and bitch, right? I mean, you can bitch and be sad if you want, or be pissed, but I choose to bitch while I'm happy, bitches. Seriously, though, like, you know, just because you're bitching doesn't mean you're mad. I'm happy right now. I became happy just for you, like that. And now I'm going to bitch. So today I have two things that I want to bitch about today. The first one is, let me see if I can find it. Shit. Pardonnez-moi. I don't know what I did with it. I had proof. I probably still do in my pocket. Or actually, it's in this Kroger bag. I don't have to give you proof. You can just take my word for it, dude. Yeah, man. Just take my fucking word for it. Take my word for it. Okay, so today I walk into my house and my fucking, pardon my French. I know my little niece watches my videos sometimes, but she's not a stranger to curse words. So I walked into my fucking apartment, or my condo, today. It's a condo that I rent. And guess what? My power was off. Now, I hate to break it to you, but if you have friends or family members whose power is off, and they tell you the reason the power is off is anything besides my broke ass didn't pay the electric bill, then they're freaking lying. Unless there's a power outage, of course, but at least in Nashville, the power does not go out that often, just like, you know, just randomly go off. If the bitch's power's off, the bitch probably did not pay her bill. I'm no different. The thing is, for the past several months, my ex-partner has been talking about how he paid the electric bill. And he's entitled to stay in my house. That's not in his name. That's in my name. He is not even a party in a contract of. He has a right to be there because he paid the electric bill. He paid the fucking electric bill. Well, even in court, when we were in court over an order of protection, he actually said to the judge, and to me in a text message about 1,000 fucking times, that he paid the electric bill. And he paid the electric bill. And he paid the electric bill. And he paid the electric bill. Lies. Lies! I mean, I don't know if they're lies. Maybe he thought he paid the electric bill. Or perhaps. My phone just said your video is processing. What video? I'm recording a video. Are you processing the video that I'm recording right now? I hope that you are. Anyways, I'm already at 5 minutes, and this is going to be a long, drawn-out video unless I move forward. So, of course, I call the electric company, and they tell me that in order to get my, or, you know, the full balance of my electric bill is $812 and some odd change. That's $812. Now, I know the price of energy has been rising over the years, I think. But $812 is a bit much, don't you think? Yeah. I mean, I have like little LED lights that like change colors in my house. But come on. Come on! $812? Are you freaking crazy? So, of course, they want to go through the bills with me. And then she's like, well, your bill in June was $130-something, and your bill in August and July and September. And I'm like, well, that does not add up to $800. So what is the deal? And she said, well, it looks like, oh, and I wanted to go make the payment, right? But guess what? I can't make the payment. I have to go and pay in person with cash. Why? Because there's been several chargebacks on my account. So, little Mr. thought he was doing something by finally taking responsibility of something in our finances by attempting to pay a bill. Because let me be honest with you guys. And this is not an exaggeration. During my relationship with my ex-partner, I have paid 99.9%. Maybe it's 99.5%. But that is given more credit than is due. 99.9% of all finances, of all financial everything, rent, bills, electric, water, gas, car, whatever. His bills, his cell phone, his storage unit, like all that stuff, 99.9% was paid by me. It's not to say he didn't work. He did work occasionally. In the past 6 years, he probably worked maybe 20% of the time. I don't want to make him out to be a villain. You know, like, it takes two to tango, and I get that. I tolerated the behavior, and, you know, only I can be responsible for what I tolerate in my own life. I get all that. I'm just venting to you guys. So, know that I'm not blaming anything in my circumstances on anybody but myself. But I just want to vent to you that I now have to pay my electric bill in cash and go through the extra trouble of paying in cash because my ex-partner decided to, who God knows what, he either stole somebody's credit card and paid the bill with that, or I don't want to make him out to be a criminal, which he clearly is because he's stolen my checks and he's hacked into all of my accounts and all that. We've all done criminal. I mean, I've been a criminal before. I used to sell drugs, for God's sakes. Shit, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so, or the second thing that's quite possible is that he had a bank account and he paid the electric bill with his card, but once I kicked his ass to the curb, he went back and disputed those charges. That's also a possibility. Which is I mean, it is kind of criminal to lie to a judge and to lie to me and act like you're doing a little sign to help out, but you're really not. Or, as if it doesn't cost money to live. Yeah, if you're watching this right now, it costs money to live. You didn't know? Oh, you didn't know? Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, it costs money to live. Real money. Where do you get money? You fucking go to work. That's where you get it. And I'm not working right now. I mean, you know, I've owned my own business for many years, and I'm starting my travel business back up, and I got a little something going on, but, you know, I've worked every day of my life since the day that I turned 15, and I begged for that job when I turned 15, and I've had a job every day since then. And I am the one who's always responsible for my shit. Who else is going to be responsible for it? I ain't never had nobody else paying my shit. Well, actually, I have a family member. My aunt is helping me out right now. But, like, this is a temporary thing. I've never, like, mooched off of somebody and not paid somebody back. Like, what? Anyways, I'm trying to be lighthearted about this because really, like, several times today I just wanted to break down crying because it's like these little things that keep on coming to the surface. None of these things are shocking to me because it's crazy. It's like being on the other side of this whole debacle, this whole relationship. I look back and I'm like, duh. Like, I knew the shit was going on, right? And everything that I'm finding out now, which I don't care to know about. So if you're somebody who knows some shit, I don't want to hear it. And I know that you didn't want to tell me back in the day because you thought that I would be mad at you or I wouldn't believe you. The fact of the matter is, I would have believed you, number one. I would not have been mad at you, number two. Number three, I already knew the shit was going on. I just was not prepared to take action. I just was not prepared to face reality. I just wanted to swim in my own shit and just live in a bubble, being comfortable. And, you know, just because you're comfortable doesn't mean you're not miserable. Like, I didn't even realize that I was miserable until after the fact. Now that I look back, I'm like, God, what the fuck was I doing for the past 5 years? Living with him and being with him. Like, I've learned a lot. And we loved each other. At least I loved him. I can say that 100%. You know, it was never like a game to me. It was real. I mean, it was real, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, if I like to believe the best in people, which I typically do, I like to hope that it was real on his behalf, too. We just got to a place where we just needed to part ways. And I hope that, I don't even wish that we can be amicable to each other. I don't even wish that. I just hope that we don't ever see each other or talk to each other again. Really, I'll be fine with that. You know, it's crazy. Every single time I go to sign in to anything, and you know, how many websites, think about it. How many websites do you have a login for? Do you want to know how many websites I have a login for? So I have a LastPass, or I've had LastPass before, which like scans your Windows, Internet Explorer, and Google for all your passwords, and it stores them with like a master password, and it like helps you change your passwords to keep everything secure and blah blah blah. The last time I had that, which is probably a year ago or so, it said I had 1,000 logins. That's 1,000,000 logins. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. So when you have someone who's hacking into all of your accounts, and you go through a phase where you're having to change all of your passwords, and every time you go to log into that website, you can't remember the password that you used because some websites want a special character, an uppercase letter, a lowercase letter, and a number. Others don't accept special characters. Others want 11 characters or no more than 8 characters, and you're like, damn, I can't remember anything. I'm constantly having to have my password sent to me in an email. The email doesn't come. I have to check my spam mail. It's like this. And if he wouldn't have hacked into my stuff, if I wouldn't have trusted him as much as I did, and he didn't know everything about me, like all my password reset questions and all that stuff, it wouldn't be an issue. But it's, you know, you live and you learn. So now, every time I log into anything, I just roll my eyes and just count. I don't count to 10. I don't have time to count to 10. I would never have any time to do anything if I had to count to 10 every time I logged into something. But I do have to take a quick breath and just be like, happy. I have to be like, happy, I'm happy. I'm not going to complain about this login. And I'm just going to complain to you because you're cool like that. And thank you for allowing me to vent. That's only number one. Number two. Sorry, you see that? I just had to clear away my little notification. So the number two, the second thing I want to complain about today, and this is where the title of my video comes from, Regions Bank is the devil in disguise. Yes, they are. Why? I'll tell you. Well, I love to watch documentaries, and I'm woke. You know that phrase, stay woke. Stay woke. Hashtag stay woke. I ain't stupid. And companies oftentimes, especially in the financial sector, they try to take advantage of poor people and people without access to services or people who don't know about services or whatever. So I have a check that I'm going to cash. Now, in the past, you know, I have a bank account. It's online. I take pictures of checks, and I'm not like needing the money, right? I already have money in my bank. It's got plenty of money in it. You know, you just deposit the check, and it's never been an issue for me. Well, today I need this money. I don't want to wait for it to go through on my online bank. I don't want to pay an ATM machine fee to withdraw money from my bank, but I need to go pay my $800 electric bill that now has to be paid with cash. So I have a check drawn on Regions Bank. I walk into a Regions Bank. Now, this is a check, so the person that wrote me the check is a Regions customer. Now, I have been a Regions customer in the past, but I didn't like them back then, and I sure the fuck don't like them now. So the check says Regions on it. It's drawn on Regions. She's a Regions customer, all that. I go in there, and I already see the sign on the thing that says, if you're not a Regions customer, you must give your thumbprint. Well, thumbs up, dude. Speaking of which, give me a thumbs up right now if you're thinking about it and you have a moment of time, wherever it is. Give me a thumbs up. Anyway, I see the thing, thumbprint is required. I get it. No problem. No problem. I ain't no criminal. Whatever. So, I'm cool with that, right? I go up to the thing. She's like, are you a Regions customer? And I said, no, ma'am. And she said, well, there's a $9 charge for cashing this check. And I was like, excuse me? She said, there's a $9 charge for cashing this check. And I'm like, what do you mean there's a $9 charge? This check is drawn on Regions Bank. The person who wrote me this check is a Regions customer. I'm not paying you $9. She said, sir, this is not a new fee. This is a fee that's, bank-wide, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So I went ahead and obviously, I got the check cash and I paid the fee. And before I left, I said, I hope you put that $9 to good use. And she's like, excuse me, sir? I said, I hope you put that $9 to good use. I know this is not your fee that you personally implemented, but I think it's crazy as hell that you guys are charging poor people or people who are not your customers $9 to either, number one, take advantage of people, or number two, try to skirt your cost of acquisition for new customers on innocent people. I should have to become a fucking Regions customer just to cash a check that's drawn on Regions Bank. You're the one that had the checks printed. You put these checks into the world. Your logo is on the damn check. Now, you want one of your customers to write me a check drawn on your bank, and you're going to charge me $9? That is some shit right there. And I'm coming after y'all's asses. You better believe that. Because I'm going to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, because that is not equal fair trade. Under no way, no how. That is absolutely something that I can see having a class action lawsuit. I'm going to file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. I'm fixing to blow your Twitter up. And I'm fixing to file a complaint with the FTC. Because that is fucking ridiculous. You put checks, you put financial instruments out into the world, tell your customers that they can write checks to people. That's their money. You have their money in your bank. You're making billions off of their money because you loan out 10 times more than the money that you have on deposit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up how the banking system works. It is not a secret. These banks are making millions and billions and gazillions of dollars off of your MFN money. They put out financial instruments with their logo on them, tell their customers they can write them, and you have the convenience of writing checks and blah, 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 blah. So one of your customers, writes me a check, and you're going to charge me $9? Are you out of your fucking mind? I think you are. And I'm fixing to come after your ass. So, there you go. Sorry, I had to get a little bit ghetto. That shit pisses me off. If you notice, every urban area has these skyscrapers everywhere. And guess what? They're all fucking banks. Not all of them, but most of them. Why are they banks? Because banks are scam artists. They are scamming you. I hate them. But we have to have them to conduct business. So, it's like, ugh. Ugh, it just makes me so mad. But you know what? I am a huge believer of something, and that is, if you don't vote, don't bitch about the president. If you don't vote, don't bitch about any politician that you didn't fucking vote for or against. And if you don't want to do something about something, then you have no right to fucking complain about it. So, let that be another lesson to me and to you or whoever. I don't want to hear your complaint unless you're ready to do something about it. And you know what? To all of my friends who I complained about my ex-partner to for all those years, I apologize. It took me 6 years to do something about it, but I finally did, so I hope you're proud of me because I'm certainly proud of myself. And I'm proud of you for making a complaint about anything and fucking getting off your ass and doing something about it. I do not like the way that Regions Bank decided to charge $9 to innocent people who are not bank customers. I do not agree with it. I'm fixing to take action against those fuckers. Anyway, let me snap back into my happy place. As always, I want to thank you so much for being with me on my journey, my experience. I hope you get something out of these videos, whether they be entertaining, whether you find them informational, resourceful, enlightening, inspirational. I hope that my videos, at least some of them, do something for you. If not, I'm okay with that because, as I've always said, these videos are really for me. They're very therapeutic for me. Speaking of which, I really want to go see a therapist too. But, maybe I don't need one because you guys are there, or I can just go back and watch these, or just talking about it into this camera lens is it's really great therapy for me. So thank you, YouTube and Google. And for you, if you are watching this, I really appreciate it. If you think your friends, family members, colleagues, your auntie, your mama's, daddy's, granny's, baby's, mama's, sister, whatever, if you think that anybody that you know can get something out of my videos, please take a minute to share. Take a minute to definitely subscribe. I never know which side it's on. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And always give me a thumbs up, please, if you think I'm cute or entertaining. Or if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And as always, I love you. And until next time, enjoy yourself.